I thought it'd be really fun to make a map that is a crystal forest. I thought that'd be really, really cool. Um, and it would be a really cool place to have a fight or have a side quest item or something. I don't know. Depends on how we're going pacing wise with the adventure, but it's always been one of my favorite zones in WoW, and it was really underdeveloped because back in the day, I guess when they built it in the same zone as gosh, I can't remember the name of it. The flying mage city or whatever. And that caused, I guess, some performance issues. So they couldn't really do much with the forest. They couldn't really put a lot of quests and stuff in there. Dalaran is the name of the city. Dalaran floats like directly above this place, so kind of limited what they could do with it. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it's like a really gorgeous zone that I feel like it never really got used. But it'd be fun to try and make our own version of that. So maybe that's something we could make in Inkarnate. Alright. I know that they, I think, got another update coming that's got like hell stuff. I don't know. The important thing is that we're not going to work in watercolors this time because fuck that. Alright. Let's see. We're going to choose Battle Maps version 2. We're going to do an ultra high 4K. We understand how dangerous that is. And we will go ahead and do a custom map, and we'll make it a 50 by 50. Make a big old crystal forest. Alright. Then I'm going to move my Crystal Song Forest references off to another window. And we can go ahead and get started. So, my recollection of this zone is there really wasn't a lot of water going on, but there were like cracks in the earth where like light was shining up out of. Oh, you think yeah, I've used that before, Dom. The search and explore mode. I mean, I guess we could look for a crystal forest. The other option was to just derp around with the color options, and if that didn't work, I was just gonna take a bunch of trees from like Tom Cardos into Photoshop and apply like a prismatic filter to them, and then import them as stamps. Another thing we could do is just make the whole forest black and white and in Photoshop, and then just lay rainbow filters over everything to kind of get that same crystal effect. Um, yeah, but I mean a forest like, that can't be too bad, right? Um, so for masking, we have the land, so that's cool, and we just need to carve out, I guess, some nice little like ravines or something. So let me see if I can remember the best way to do this. Yeah, there we go. All right. So one layer is going to be like the trenches or the ravines, and the other layer is going to be, you know, I guess the not trenches or ravines part of it. And you could fake it pretty good. Without using the masking tool, but the masking tool can provide some, nice hard lines there. So if we end up not liking the masking, we can go back and change it. There we go. They have a crack paintbrush now. Oh, okay. Crack paint? All right. So I think that is pretty good for carving out some sort of pit or ravine. We could do another like crack right here, I guess. There we go. And maybe one more right here. The idea here, I guess in the lore of the island, is some ancient lich lord, some god here, who had beef with him and then set a trap for him, which killed him or something. And then because he used like the negative energy plane or something. So I don't know. Is this the crack brush you're talking about with the rocks? Because that looks kind of dope. Oh, there it is. Cracked ground. Oh, it's pretty cool. Alright, and then we have an actual shadow texture now. It's pretty dope. So I'm going to fill this pit with obsidian, I guess. So that will be the foreground, which I'm sure we'll forget that a million times. There we go. Fill that up as well. And I'm just making this all black. We can go back and add like lighting effects later. Go. Oh, so today, I think more than any other day thus far, I thought really long and hard about my next D&D campaign not being a D&D campaign and actually trying to do Pathfinder 2. I don't know. I don't know what to do. If it's going to be Pathfinder 2, I'm going to have to like build my my new campaign based on Pathfinder 2, which I'm kind of already doing with like the racial and feats and the heritage feats and all that jazz. So I might just need to like, I don't know, finish reading the book and just do it. I don't know. Anyways, let's see if we can get some good effects here. We got snow-covered forest floor. That could be useful. Let's go to advanced settings. Filters. And oh, okay. Ooh. We want one that kind of has like a bluish purple tint to match what we got there. Which one of you is purple? Oh, there we go. Saturation. Okay. Turn that down just a little bit. Yeah, that could work. All right, then we'll go to size. Lower, no, that's the brush. Placement, there we go. Size, we will lower that down. Okay, and we got the good softness. All right, so, first and foremost, though, as much as I like this, I wonder if I should have like a base color. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just throw a bunch of this random shit in here. Forest floor kind of situation. Alright. Then we're going to change the rotation. There we go. And then we'll go into filters, and we'll make this next one kind of a bluish color. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it seems blue and purple and pink are the only colors in the Crystal Song Forest, so I guess starting with this will work. Okay. And let's see. Get all that in there. This seems like a lot of debris, though, so we may have to go back over it with a brush that doesn't have quite so much crap on it. See, which is probably why I should have done a ice layer below all this and then kind of just patched some of these in, because yeah, it's looking like a kid's bed sheet with this repeating texture situation. All right, so we're gonna go back in and ooh, ice sheets. That's kind of dope. Okay, so what we could do with that is we'll turn the opacity down and just paint a bunch of this shit on top. There we go. Like maybe I should have started with that in the first place. Yeah, it's all right. We'll do like we'll just keep mixing this up until we kind of get a mix that looks pretty good. All right. Just sort of keep layering things on top of each other until it looks, I don't know, right or better. All right. Or I just fill the whole damn thing. There we go. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. All right, and then we'll just paint some of these smaller areas on top. Yeah, I like that a lot more. All right. So that seems pretty good. Go ahead and add section right here. Okay. Yeah, but I like how you can kind of see like the color shining up from below the ice, so I don't really regret that we did it kind of in a reverse order a little bit. I think it looks pretty good, actually. Alright, then we'll go grab this blue that we made. There we go. Okay, blue over here. And if I do my next campaign as like a short campaign, then if nobody likes the Pathfinder system, it's like, well, we didn't commit to like a level 1 to 20 situation, you know? Like we committed to maybe like 30 sessions tops, and then we're done. We move on to something else. So, all right. That ice is looking pretty good. Let's go into the snow. Let's see. Alright, that'll work. So I'm going to turn the opacity much lower on the snow. Just try to pile on some snow here. Kind of fade some of these trees that we have there a little bit. Still got the ice. It's cool. Alright. Let's see. So far, so good. I don't think this is terrible. There we go. All right. Now, of course, there's gonna be temptation to put a bunch of crystals and shit like that. Looking at this, the trees themselves are petrified, but it doesn't look like there's any crystals. Nor do I remember there being crystals there. All the trees themselves are crystallized, which is why it's the Crystal Song Forest. So we'll go ahead and save this paint job that we did. And we'll call it Crystal Song Forest. And we don't necessarily have to make it 50 by 50. It's an outdoor zone, so we could really just resize the map to whatever we're comfortable with. So while that's saving, yeah, cool. I'm looking at more screenshots. They have a ginormous tree in the center that is all busted up and energy's coming out of it, and that's pretty cool. I'm not 100% sure how we could even convey that from a top-down map perspective, but I know that if we blow out a lot of the values on these trees and we apply some funky filters to them, we should be able to make like neon trees, like glowing trees. So we'll see how that goes. All right. All this is good as far as I'm concerned. Let's go in here and see what our tree options are. All right. We need dead and dying trees for sure. And then there are trees that actually have stuff on them. We've got this snowy bare trees. We've got these snowy pines. We've got fallen trees. So these are all from the Frigid North pack. Yeah. All right. So stumps, we could definitely start with that. I'm going to go down to grid just to get a general sense of what a 5-foot grid would be if we were doing 50 by 50 map. All right, so we have these. I'm going to do random stamps. These are all going to have their own object-based layer. And what can we do as far as advanced settings? Place multiple objects with click and drag. Cool. Automatically select place stamps, area, density, random flipping. Oh, that's cool. Alright, let's see what we could do here. Alright, we could make the snow more blue. And can we get the tree to be purple? kind of. Alright. And let's see. What if we turn the brightness way up? There we go. It's starting to glow a little bit. And if we do the blend mode to hard light, what's going to happen when I place it down? Okay, it's pretty bright. Alright, so we'll just put a couple of these around. Go. Because these are like, you know, trees that have fallen or been knocked down or whatever. Okay. Overall, I'm not hating it, so that's a good feeling. Alright, let's put some tree stumps over there. And let's see, dead trees. We're going to do random stamps, all that jazz. And we're going to mess with the hue on these. Try to get them more purple. I think that's purple. Turn the saturation way up. Turn the brightness up. Turn the contrast up. There we go. And we can also drop those as, let's see, hard light. And let's see what we get. No? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I kind of feel like we're getting the effect we want there. We may have to darken the ground a bit, though. That's what I'm thinking. There we go. I mean, definitely not getting the super blown out neon tree effect that I was kind of hoping for, nor are we getting the kind of prismatic effect, but we're definitely getting a purplish bright tree effect, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's try and change it to a blown out blue tree. There we go. Okay, mixing it in, that's cool. Let's see, put that over here. And let's see, are you randomly rotating? Yeah, you are. Okay. There we go. Okay, it's actually pretty cool. Now there are, like, it looks like there are small bushes and scrub grass that grows here also. So we're going to go back in here and snowy tree. I definitely don't want to leave you there. I want to come back for you for sure. We should probably throw some of these fallen trees down, even though we already have them painted onto the map, because these will come in much brighter, especially when we crank up that, and then drop them as hard light objects. So what we'll do is we'll also drop down a layer so they end up underneath everything that we are putting here. Alright, cool. We're going to randomize the drop directions. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's that bad. I think it's actually looking kind of cool. All right. And then we need some we need some bushes, grasses. We got here summer bush. All right, let's see. We're going to turn the saturation down. Not all the way, but pretty close. And then we're going to try to change it to be a purple bush. And then it will turn the brightness up. Ta-da. All right. Then we'll go into blend mode. Same deal. We'll do a hard light. And then I will start putting these down. And they will go over the fallen trees, but under the trees that are already there. So it looks pretty cool. Alright, and those are all getting pumped out randomly, so that's cool. And once we have a pretty decent amount of purple ones, we can go and add the blue ones in. There we go. Okay, go ahead and add these there. Alright, and then we'll go and change the hue to be blue, or try to make it blue. There we go. And we'll just mix that in with the purple that we already have. There we go. And some over here. Same this. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's looking pretty neat, actually. And let's see, is there anything else in there? Looks like there's a bunch of white grasses. All right, so we're going to go in there, and then we're going to look up grass. And we got grasping vines. Okay, let's see what our other options are. Which of these guys could pass for some tall, skinny grasses? Lake fronds actually kind of looks like grass. Let's see what our options are. They all have little, like, derpy berries or bulbs or some shit. So let's lower the saturation on these. And that one's pretty purple. So we'll turn this down some more. Turn the brightness up. There we go. And same deal. We'll go ahead and do hard light. And start putting a bunch of these down. Just kind of mix them in with what's already here. Okay. Let's see. I know if we drag, it'll supposedly drop more. Or is it placement? Let's see. Multiple, place a single. Oh, with click and drag. Okay. And area. All right, that's definitely too much at once. Turn that down, turn that up. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's adding a bit of variety to the undergrowth and plants, which is cool. All right. Okay, so then we're going to go back to our winter trees. Here we go. And I think we have some real potential with these guys. So we don't want to do multiple. We're going to do singles of these. Filter, hue. How purple can we get? That's about it right there. Turn the contrast. Brightness. Oof. Alright, I think that'll work. And again, we're going to go in here, do hard light. And let's see how that looks once we start putting them down. Ooh, that actually looks pretty good. Uh-oh. I think I made it angry. Alright. We're going to go here. And we're going to have to turn that brightness up. There we go. I hope this works. Maybe it's too bright. Alright. And we're going to go to a higher layer so that these drop over the top of what we already have. There we go. Okay, it's looking pretty cool. There we go. Alright. And then on the map, there is a really big one. Or not on the map, but in the game itself. So we can go ahead and make a huge one, I guess. Like that. That's pretty big. Maybe I should reduce it a little bit. Alright. And that one can go... Where would a good spot to put this ginormous tree be? I feel like right in the middle would be good. There we go. Like that. Alright. Looking at it, there's a lot more black and a lot more purple than what we have. So, what are we going to do? We're going to go over to the grid, and we're going to say that the grid only shows up... This is something I only recently learned. You can tell it where the grid should be. So we're going to put the grid all the way up at the top, so it only shows up on the painted layer, which will be cool. No, wait. The fuck? Alright, hold on. We're going to put it all the way to the bottom, so it only shows up on the painted layer. But it takes it a second to update. There it goes. Alright. And then, let's see. We're going to... This is only, of course, if we want to have the grid built in. We don't have to have the grid built in. But then we could turn the grid way down. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and hit save. Because whenever you mess with the grid, you run the risk of just crashing Inkarnate, is what I've noticed. The grid seems to require a lot of heavy lifting on their part. Okay, so the general feel is capturing the blues and purples and the darker colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint over what we already have and try to get that kind of pop a little bit more. And by making the ground darker, especially under the trees, it should make the trees pop a lot better too. At least that's my theory. Then we have to try to paint light coming out of these cracks in the ground, and then we'll have our Crystal Song Forest map done. Okay, let's see. I am pretty happy with how it's looking already, but let's go in here, and they have a shadow brush now, so we don't even need our own shadow brush anymore, which is fantastic. So, let's see, we also have this cracked ground, which is pretty cool, especially since there is a lot of that kind of cracked ground situation going on. So I'm going to lower the size of the template. There we go. And then I'm going to paint around the outside of all these cracks, because that'll be kind of cool. Let's turn this up, because this is basically an opacity brush, so it's just adding a texture to what is below it. It has like alpha built into the brush, so you can see where it's really cracking and crumbling the ice around here, but it's not adding any of its own color, which is cool. It's just adding texture, and that's kind of giving the sense that, hey, all this stuff like fell in to like this pit. So we're kind of, I hope we're creating the sense of depth here by adding this in. There we go. And we can also rotate the brush occasionally in case it starts to look too repeated. There we go. Let's see. Rotate it some more. But yeah, I think that it's really nice. It kind of creates a real sharp contrast here where, yeah, like, okay, I get it. the place is kind of falling apart, falling inwards towards this blackness in the center. So that's pretty neat. Alright. I guess I'll turn the opacity up all the way just so that we can just do like a single pass and get what we need. There we go. Alright. And we still have that one over there, so I'm going to rotate the brush again. And I'm going to zoom, or not zoom, but pan down to make sure I'm not missing anything. And when you rotate the texture, you can then go back over the same area again. And then that will provide more of the same texture, but in a different rotation. So it starts to look like there's different layers of cracked earth like overlaying each other. So yeah, that's looking pretty cool actually. Alright, so kind of go around here. That looks all cracked now where the trees are trying to grow. Alright, I like it. Okay, so now we're going to go in to the actual shadow brush, which is right here. And I'm going to try to darken up these areas, especially underneath the trees, because hopefully, oof, got to turn the opacity up a little bit on that, or down a little bit on that. There we go. And hopefully these darker areas will make the trees pop a bit more, which we have already said a couple times, but that's the goal here. And I think it is working. As we darken these areas under the trees, I can already see that they're really starting to pop as far as that brightness. Because again, they all have a hard light filter on them, so they're going to do their best to be as shiny as they possibly can with the things that are around them or behind them. There we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Alright, go over here. Put shadows all along this stuff. There we go. Very nice. And then same thing over here. Just going to go with the shadow brush. Try to darken up these areas. Got this big tree here. It's probably casting a shadow on its own. How is it full of light, but also making shadows? Magic. That's how. Alright. Go up here. And darken that up as well. Oof. Alright. Yeah, maybe. I feel like that's way more pink. Like, they literally, in the Coral Highlands, everything is literally coral colored. Like, it is pink coral color. Let's see. Now, we want to paint some actual purple down here. So, is there purple? Ooh, Feywild textures. That's going to be important. Let's not forget those are there. Alright, I mean, I have a purple that I brought in that I could use. So I guess I'll start layering that over everything.
No, my heart belongs to me.
Exactly. Alright, so let's see. This is coming in kind of dark. Let's go ahead and brighten it up. Oof, that's good. Saturate it too? Oh, yeah. Alright, good. Placement. Sure, make it nice and big. Alright, so this should now add a lot of bright purple overlay. There we go. And that's going to reinforce that original color palette that we were bringing from the World of Warcraft's Crystal Sunk Forest.
That's supposed to be a joke.
So I'm going to go in there and bring that around. Try to lighten that up a little bit. Okay. This got a little bit too dark here, so I'm going to try to lighten that up. Alright. Bring that over here. Alright, that's looking pretty good. It's a little dark in this corner. Could lighten it up just a bit. There we go. Definitely managing to add a little bit more of that purple, which we could also cheat and just do it in Photoshop too. Alright. Same thing with the cracks in the earth, honestly. We could just cheat and do those in Photoshop also. But I think it's pretty cool so far. Let's see. Go to filters, hue. Can we get a blue in there, or is it just going to be a mess? Looks like it's just going to be a mess. Alright, so let's go and grab an actual blue. This water looks pretty good. This ice looks pretty good. Alright, let's go down to filters. We're going to boost that saturation way up. We're going to boost that brightness way up. Alright, and now when we paint this in, this will make nice bright areas. We're going to go to size, and I guess we'll turn it to about there. And let's see how that looks. Alright, pretty cool. Kind of adds a bit of variance in the color. Kind of mixing with the purple. Cool. And then they kind of have a really almost indigo sort of color here. So let's see if we could make that happen with the filter. Let's see. We need... Ooh. There. Okay. So I'll go ahead and add some of that in there as well. We'll even rotate the texture a bit. So when it lays over itself, it kind of still looks unique. There we go. Alright. That seems pretty cool. Alright. Yeah, those definitely look like bright, glowing, crystallized trees to me. Then we go to the foregrounds, which, I don't know, whatever. And we'll go in here and try to brighten that shit up. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to turn the brush all the way up, but I'm going to make the size really small. And I'm going to see what I could do as far as like just drawing like a line through here. There we go. And I guess we'll increase the size a little bit. And then we just straight up need, I'm going to say like white. I don't even know if that's an option. Well, I have white right here. It's called frosted glass. And for size, I'll just make it really big. And then for filter, we'll just blow out that brightness. There we go. And then let's see what we could do. We'll take this and we'll just draw. Ugh, this is something that would be much easier in Photoshop. It would also be much easier not using a mouse, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so we drag that down. Yeah, I feel like we could definitely get a neon effect much better if we were doing this in Photoshop, but... Alright, so then we do like this white, where it's kind of like glowing. Not 100% on that. Not sure I like that at all. I kind of just like the black kind of abyss there more than I like putting the patch of light there. Alright, so I'll just undo all that. Because it's supposed to be the negative energy plane anyways. So we'll keep on doing it until it goes back to normal. Hopefully I don't crash everything. Or, you know what? I can just go to the obsidian that we used in the beginning and just fill it in there myself. There we go. That'll probably be easier than undoing it over and over again. All right. So let's save it again because we got like 400. Advanced option for the mask was an inner shadow effect. Ooh, that might work. Okay. They keep adding so many neat Photoshop-esque features to Inkarnate. It just seems to get better and better and better. I really like it. Yeah, but as soon as I read about that crystallized forest in the City of Golden Death adventure for Skull Shackles, I was like, yeah, I really want a cool map for that. And I don't know if I'm gonna find a cool map, so I'll just try to make it myself. All right, so let's see. Foregrounds, placement. Oh, here we go. Mask options, advanced settings. Oh shit. Okay. Mask effects, new mask effect preset. Well, that sounds exciting. Oh. Alright, ripple effects. Outline, stroke, roughness. Alright, what are all these doing for me? Let's see. Size. Oh, that's the brushes and stuff. This is actually down here. Alright. And that's the default. Okay. So we can make a stroke effect here. Oh, do we have to make it? Do we have to customize it? Okay, here we go. This is really causing it to chug while it debates how it's going to handle this stuff. Like, it is chugging hard. Alright, so we did get it to change the stroke, and that already looks pretty cool. What about outline? What's going on there? I didn't know if I was going to be making maps, but I guess I kind of am. Let's see. The ripple is the thing at the edge there, so that's a whole thing. And then inner shadow effect. I wonder if we can add some transparency to this. We could certainly add more blur to it. Alright, let's see. But yeah, it's moving super slow. It's probably a setting I should have done before I got started on it. I didn't know that they had added it though, or even that was there. Let's see. Ugh. Yeah, it's just like dying. It's disappointing. I wouldn't mind like messing with it, but I can't seem to get it to do anything without like chugging. I mean, we're already using like a 4K map at 50 by 50, so it's probably kind of pissed about that too. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, I mean, I can't even select it, Dom. Like, alright, so all that's good, but I'm gonna click inner shadow. No, I'm gonna click stroke color, stroke outline. Alright, yeah, let's try inner shadow. And the inner shadow is black, but we're gonna change the inner shadow, I hope. Maybe? Purple? Okay, okay. And will you let me change this? But I don't feel like we can affect the opacity here. Oh, there's an alpha layer right there. I see it. It's set at 100 right now. Alright, so we're going to do 15. Then we'll go to alpha. And we'll set it at like 30. See if that does anything. Okay. Okay. And then if we bring the color over to there, that should give it like an inner glow situation a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Alright, that's pretty dope. Hey, okay, so we managed to do it. It just took forever. It's thinking real hard. And good. Yeah, okay, that's pretty sweet. Alright, so we'll go here, and we can adjust the alpha of this as well. Okay, so we'll let that update before we push this thing too hard. Ooh, yeah, it's really dark. Alright. So we'll go ahead and set this at 50. Oh, okay. That's looking pretty cool now. Alright. Let's up it to 70 and see what it looks like. No, I liked 50 more. Alright. That's cool. So we'll get out of that and we'll go to outline. And then for outline, we'll go with this blue. Okay. Cool. And we'll lower the opacity on that as well. See how that looks. Not really digging that. Go down to 30. Okay, that's much better. Alright. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty neat. Because then we kind of have that purple effect going in there, but not too bad. Yeah. I'm going to just call it. We'll keep it like this. You think the ripples are part of the issue with the slowdown? I guess, do we even need the ripples? Because this isn't like a coastline, right? Like we have the cracks and shit around it anyways. So yeah, after it's done saving, let's try to toggle off the ripples altogether and see how it looks. And then I'll probably toggle the grid back off too. But I don't know. I'm kind of into like the grid not showing on top of the trees. I think it's kind of a neat look in game. So let's turn off ripple altogether. And then those 3 little line thingies that surround all the gaps should go away. Ooh, that does look better. I'm just really behind on Skull Shackle prep, and they're also entering the last part of the campaign, so I kind of just want to get it over with. So, like, I want to get as much of it prepped as possible, and then just move on to Odyssey, and then whatever's coming after Skull and Shackles. So, alright, so this is a background layer. Oof, that is way too dark. Okay, so we'll lower this down again. Try to get some more shade in there. And really, I think... Oh, right. We were going to go in here. Nope, we're going to go in here, and we're going to do the Feywild things to get some kind of weird particly type things going. So we've got this, and we'll increase the brush size. And the overall size, that seems pretty good. And I'll turn this up a bit. And under filters, if we're trying to go with more of a purple, let's try and adjust. There we go. Saturation up. Brightness up. There we go. Alright, so I should be able to now just paint this shit on here in the foreground. There we go. Nope, right. Background. My bad. Okay. And that's just going to add just sort of these weird sparkly bits everywhere, which, yeah, we could fake that in Foundry pretty easily. So, let's see. Get these little sparkles up here. Go. Be very sad if I don't get to use this map. If like they end up just finding some other way to deal with this particular content. But the map will exist, so I could always use it for something else later. Okay. These are big, sparkly things. Trying to get them to show up here. There we go. I can kind of see them appearing. And then for hue, we could change it back to this blue. And we will also change the size and the rotation. And then that will add another color of weird sparkly lights. Oh, right, you're right. Well, I don't need them to show up over the trees. I just feel like I can't see them at all. Like, I want them to be not over the trees, because they would be, like, pollen, I guess, sprinkling down from the trees. I just couldn't see them before. There we go. Alright. Overall, I think pretty good. We're going to just save it and move on with our lives. So that's my quick attempt, I guess, at making a crystal forest map. So that sprung up over... Yeah, I'm sure when we're zoomed into... This is a really big map, so I'm sure when you're zoomed in with your character or whatever, you'll be able to see all that sparkles and shit. Plus, in Foundry, we'll just add sparkles, animated sparkles ourselves. So that won't be much of an issue. Now, there is, of course, some temptation to throw like a glow effect on the entire map, which will be kind of dope. So I'm kind of excited to try to get into Foundry with this and see how that looks. Don't want to take too much time because I do have a game at 8, but I am curious to see how it's going to look in Foundry. So, we'll see what we could do. Tomorrow we're going to be prepping Gothic, and then Wednesday more Skull and Shackles, and Thursday more Skull and Shackles. So there will be other opportunities to work on this campaign. But all right, now we're going to go to export, and sure, I'll export it like that. Even though I kind of want it to be a 5K by 5K, this slider is not like conducive to getting a perfectly 5K by 5K map. Let's see, like 501. Nah. Okay. I'll save it out. And then because I asked for it to be like a slightly bigger size, it has to do like 25 step process to export, which is kind of incredible. Yeah. One folder. All right. Open this bad boy up in the Photoshop. Okay. So I'm going to immediately unlock this and copy it. And we're going to go in here and start messing with the contrast and stuff. So turn that brightness up, maybe? Contrast. There we go. Yeah. Alright, that's pretty cool. There is sort of a purplish haze over the whole map, so let's see if we could fake that real quick. The picture I keep looking off to the side is the world, or not the world, but the zone in question that I'm trying to kind of get the same feel for. So let me paste that in. There we go. And so I'm going to grab this darkest purple and this lighter purple. Alright, I'm going to hide that. I'm going to go to a new layer, and I'm going to do filter, render clouds. And let's see. Ooh. Okay. Nope. Overlay, not bad. Overlay, not bad at all. What else we got here? Vivid lights, too much. Hue, nah, it kind of washes everything out. Colors, too much. Alright, so overlay is pretty dope. We'll turn the opacity down to like 50%-ish, because what we could do now is duplicate it and then rotate it. So we get like 2 different effects there. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Alright, I could definitely see them sparkles a lot better too now. Okay, yeah, I like that. Then I'm going to go and add one more layer, and I'm going to go with a black paintbrush. I'll make it really big. And let's see, we'll go back to a normal soft brush. And we'll just go all around the outside of the map. Like that. Alright. And I'm just going to kind of lower that opacity a little bit. And let's see. With this softer brush, I just kind of wanted to create like, I don't know the term for it, but like some shadows along the edge to kind of push more of the focus towards the center of the map. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Cool. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay. And then finally, we could tweak this just a little bit more. Oh, vignette. Thank you. And then I want to go in here and we'll try to darken some of these groups of trees a bit. And we're just cheating. We're just using the, God, I don't even remember what it's called. Burn tool. So we're going to use the burn and dodge like a bunch of hacks. There we go. Alright. Nice. It's really bringing out kind of the raised scar of the land here. Yeah, that's cool. And for me, honestly, it's just faster to do the rest of the rendering in Photoshop than it is to try to do it in Inkarnate. So I got the tools. I'm going to use them. So that's my excuse. All right. Same here. Come around there. Yeah, that adds like a nice like kind of raised texture there a little bit. And it also is sort of pushing those purples and blues that we subtly laid out, and now they're kind of coming in and popping like a lot more, which is cool. Alright, and then to kind of help that vignette a little bit more, we could go ahead and darken it on this layer as well. Alright, sweet. Then I'm going to go to Dodge, and I'm going to go and hit up maybe some of these bits right here. Kind of get some nice glow popping out of here. There we go. And that obsidian almost has sort of a galaxy texture going without the stars. Like, it kind of gives you like a hint that there might be some more happening down there. So that's pretty neat. All right. Yeah, there we go. I like. Okay. So we'll go ahead and save it. And let's see. We'll save it in our Photoshop folder. Crystal Song Forest is good. And then we will export it. And I guess we'll put 50 by 50, 50x 50. There we go. And we'll swap out River of Gold for the map we just made. There we go. Oh, wait, I have a perfect reason for them to go there. They have to go there to get the dude's phylactery or whatever. Derp. Okay. Like, that's like the whole... Well, the whole reason they're coming to the island is obviously to get the gem that allows you to turn people into gold, but... let's see. Swap that out. Ooh, that looked good. Okay. Let's see. So we'll grab this. And configure. And this will be the crystal forest. And paste that in. And we're actually going to hide the grid because we have a grid on the map. And we're going to switch back to 100. See how that goes. Nice. Alright, let's go and try weather effects, stars. There we go. And we'll tint those stars purple. There we go. And we'll just put a bunch of them. So those will start popping up, I guess, all over the map. Do I have to turn off that? Where's my cool weather effects? Alright, let's see. Oh, I didn't hit the button. Bop. There we go. Alright, so that should give me some cool little particle effects floating around, which I can now see. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. We'll go into weather effects again. And I'm going to say that we want a lot more than that. So we're going to turn this on. Don't know why I didn't save the stuff before. And we'll do that. Okay. Ooh, I can kind of see them now popping in. Overall, not sold on this. Let's see. Turn the scaling up. But it is kind of subtle, so that's fine. Alright, and then for lighting, what we can do is go to the light tool, and we'll make this tree in the center have that weird disco ball light that Dom likes to use all the time. Starlight. There we go. And so we'll do purple. And we'll do blue. There we go. And we'll turn the animation speed way down. There we go. So that looks pretty dope. Okay. And then we can go ahead and put some of them fake underwater lights in here. So let's do that. We'll go here. We'll make the bright 0. We'll make the dim like 500. And then we'll go to ghost lights. There we go. And we'll do purple. Turn that speed down. Okay. Put that, what, like there? Probably need to turn the intensity down a bit. Alright. And then we'll copy it. And we'll make it also that color. And then we'll put another one down here. And we'll make that one maybe a green. Alright. And then that's pretty subtle. So then we go here, we turn on global illumination, we turn the darkness up just a smidge. Save the changes. Alright. And if we bring out test dummy, let's see how our crystal forest looks. I think it looks pretty cool. Alright. Wonder if we should up the colors a bit here. Yeah. Okay, so up that. And there we go. That looks pretty fucking cool. Alright. So yeah, they have to go here and explore. It definitely looks like you don't want to fall in this pit or this ravine. Definitely looks like the ravine kind of pushed the ground around it up to burst forth. Looks like there was a great upheaval. There's a lot of like, you know, roots and forest bits buried under the ice. All the plants look really weird and alien. I got some weird lighting effects the closer you get to the tree. Yeah. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I think it is pretty cool. Okay. So, there we go. Very happy with that.